Sir, very good afternoon. This side Subhash Jaiswal. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, Subhash. Yes, I can hear you very clearly. Shivakumarji will be joining us in like 5 minutes. So we will do the setup then.
Sir, you are not audible to us.
Hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we can hear you, sir.
All right. So I was saying, Subhash, Shivakumarji will be joining in 5 minutes and then we will do the setup for him.
Perfect, fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Sharply, we're going to start the session by 2:30 p.m.
Sure, perfect. What is the order, Subhash, for Shivakumarji?
Sir, our anchor, Dr. Archana Chaudhary, will going to start the session introduction, and then first speaker of Shivakumarji, and then some question will be taken, and then the second speaker will going to speak. Or first speaker and second speaker both can speak first, and then we'll take some question answer.
All right.
So we have to make a co-host to Shivakumarji, right, sir?
Yes, you have to make co-host to Shivakumarji.
Perfectly, perfectly. We'll do that once sir will join.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shivakumarji, can you hear me?
Sure, Babaji. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Babaji, Subhashji is also here. He's made you the co-host.
So we done that. So now sir is able to access the PPT presentation or the screen sharing also. We have make sir as a co-host.
Okay, Subhashji. Thank you.
Anuj, I'll just join you in a minute. Okay.
Sure, Babaji.
Namaste, Subhash ji. I guess I can share now since I'm the co-host. Can I just try? Is that okay? Share the screen. Subhash ji, Archana ji, are you there?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir, you can share the screen. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, ma. Namaste. Can I just try once so that?
Yes, 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 namaste. Sure, sure, sir.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. As long as I can share this, this is fine. Okay.
Yes, we can see. We can see the screen.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yes.
Namaste. आपसे पहली बार मिल रहा हूँ. I'm
हाँ
meeting you for
जी,
the first
पहली
time,
बार मिल रहा है. Yes.
but very nice to meet all of you.
Yes, same, yes, sir.
And so, are we going to be starting sharp on time? 2:30 exactly?
Yes, we will start on time, sir.
Okay. We'll
Yes,
start.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and who will be doing the coordinating this thing for this session for the between the speakers? Meaning,
Yeah, I will be the anchoring the session.
okay.
So, yeah, so I'm there.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. If you're
Yes.
there, then nothing like that.
Yes.
And I guess Aniji, the two of you, you know each other.
Shivam, Ashnaji, I'm Anit Ramawat. I work in Omnia Future Academy in Babaji's team.
Yeah.
So glad to meet you.
He's
Yes.
de
Thank you
facto.
so much.
Archana ji, like he's being very humble. I just want to mention that he's the one, he's the backbone. He's the one who runs the
Oh,
entire organization de facto. So I
great.
just, I'm there in an advisory guiding capacity, but the actual CEO's job is done by Aniji. So he runs the organization and he'll
Oh.
be a good person to interact with in the days to come for all of
Yes,
us. Yeah.
yes, yes, definitely, Demis, definitely. Really nice meeting you all, sir.
Namaste, ma.
Same
Yes,
here.
Namaste.
thank you so much for joining us today for this session.
Very, very nice. We are also very happy to be here. I just wanted to check how many participants are there? Like, is this on a webinar format or is this
Yes,
a
yeah,
Zoom
yeah.
meeting?
It's on webinar format, and even YouTube link is also live.
Okay.
And in webinar, usually there will be around 100, participants.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay. And so, do we come back again, like leaving things as they are
Yeah, yeah. Sure, sure.
in another 10 minutes or so?
Yes,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah. We
two.
just wanted to see whether everything is in the order or no. That's why we have asked you to join a bit early. Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect, Ma. So I think now
Yes.
that things are okay, we'll all recongregate again at just about 5 minutes before the
Yes.
session starts. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you
Namaste.
so much. Namaste.
Anitji, that's okay by you also? We'll be there
Yes,
in a
Babaji.
minute.
That's perfect, Babaji.
Archana ma'am, this is Subhash Jaiswal. We can start the session sharp at 2:30 p.m.
Yes, yes, sir.
Archana ma'am, in next minute, we can start the session.
Yes. A very good afternoon to one and all. On behalf of MIT World Peace University, I welcome all the eminent speakers, the panelists, and dear participants. I welcome you all to this fifth session of the National Teachers Congress. The COVID-19, it has resulted in schools shut all across the world. And as a result, education has changed dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning. The learning material today have greatly expanded because of various technological advances. Instrumental material, it includes more conventional materials such as blackboard, overhead projectors, televisions, as well as newer material like computers, various software applications, LCD projectors, camcorders, satellite, interactive TV, audio video conferencing, artificial intelligence, and so on. But teachers, students, parents, they all need to understand what type of materials are available, how to use them, why and when to use them, and very important thing is how to use them. Because we all want to meet the ultimate goal of our improving our education system and to give quality education to all the students. So theme of today's session is educational technology, disruptive change at our doorstep. To know more about this theme, I request my technical team to play a curtain raiser video clip. Over to you, technical team. We cannot hear the audio. Audio is not clear.
Exchange of ideas on the use of technology to enhance learning, assessment, planning, administration at school level, supporting teacher preparation for the use of education technology. A digital repository of content including creation of coursework, learning games and simulations, augmented reality and virtual reality, the possibility of providing adequate access to SEDG student and teacher learning.
Yeah, I think there is some technical. Yes, thank you so much. Today we are honored to have with us two very eminent guests with us, Shiv Kumar Belavadi and Mr. Karan Shah. I welcome both of you to this session. Now I request all the members who are in the panel to switch on their videos to capture this beautiful moment. I request my technical team to click a photograph.
Done, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah. Shiv Kumar Belavadi. He is fondly called Babaji, is one of the mentors in Omnio Future. He is a full-time prenatal educator and counselor. Omnio Future steps in not only to empower parents, but counsel from the earliest stage of parenting through all the life stages of childhood into adulthood. Omnio Future does this with a fine blend of modern sciences and ancient wisdom. Omnio Futures is an organization that works in the field of education and learning. Omnio Learning Curriculum combines the power of quantum learning and Gurukulam education. The curriculum is a combination of knowledge-based learning and skill-based learning and is designed for generation of the future. He is also the founder trustee of Shivanetra Trust. He has been associated with the corporate world before beginning his journey with Shivanetra and Omnio Future movements. He's a member of APPAH, that is Association for Prenatal and Perinatal Psychology and Health. He has developed Lahari methodology for remediation, fostering peace, tranquility, and prosperity. He has formulated a unique academic and career planning modules for students. So, today we are honored to have you here with us. I request you to begin your session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Archana. Thank you so much. I'll just begin in a moment. First and foremost, I would like to thank the National Teachers Congress for giving us this opportunity to present our thoughts and share what we have done on a platform like this. It's a privilege to be there with all of you. Thank you so much. I'm going to be using a small presentation. Since I was told that I need to wind up within about 15 minutes, I thought the most effective way would be to just put together all thoughts onto a cogent stream through a PowerPoint presentation. I will be doing that and using that, and hopefully we'll have some time for question answers at the end of it. Here we go. It's supposed to be education technology and what disruptive change is there at our doorstep. And I'm thankful to Archanaji for having introduced me, but I'm just taking this opportunity to give a small outline of what we have done. I'm a founder of what is known as Omnia Future Academy. And Omnia Future Academy offers online courses, programs, learning opportunities, and a whole lot of things which are possible for parents, children across ages and across life stages and in the global diaspora. As you can see on the slide, we have more than, just in the last 8 months or so, more than 10,000 hours of learning hours delivered on the website, largely through the Zoom platform, 11,000 hours of engagement through live classes, again on the Zoom platform, and more than 115 programs which have been offered. And we bring the credentials, again, to mention the fact that I'm a prenatal perinatal educator by the title of it, but with a corporate background at some time in my life in the past. I've done other things as well. A couple of things which come to my mind, which might be relevant to this audience, is the books which I've authored, one which is known as Abhimanyu Effect, which deals with some subtle aspects of what human mind, human life, and psychology would be. And second is Aparajita, the undefeatable power of Gurukulam, which is going to be very contextual and relevant to us. And of course, a few other works which I have done. The context always for us has been where ancient wisdom meets modern sciences. So the entire introduction I'm giving to you about who we are is not in the context of the greatness of who I am or my qualifications, but to give you a perspective of where we are engaged and what we are doing. Because we are in the business of education and very seriously into the space of education, and we're integrating technology into it. So are we truly defining ed tech in a different sense? Yes, indeed, because we are using modern technology, but what we are bringing in is ancient techniques. And this is through one of our organizations, which is Storyways EdTech Private Limited. And as an organization which has this backbone through the company, as also the presentations which are made through the Omnia Future brand, you will see that there is a grand fusion of both technology, which is modern, and techniques, which are ancient. We need to have a little bit of a background to get this particular concept. Let's start at the basics. What indeed is learning? And I think this is commonplace. People know, but I would like to clarify this so that we understand what indeed is learning in the context within which we are speaking. First and foremost, education is the facilitation of learning, and it is not equal to learning. Therefore, learning is not a process, whereas learning is an occurrence. It just happens. Teaching, whereas, is a process. On the other hand, a process that best leads to the occurrence, which has to happen. And that is what all of us seem to be aiming at. So the commonplace understanding which we have of learning, that, the neurons spark and therefore learning happens. I would like to categorically state that learning is not a mere neural function in the human system. What indeed is it? Definitely more components: emotional, mental, intellectual, chemical, biological. But above all, learning is a spiritual process. Learning integrates the spiritual component, and without that, that occurrence or that simulation of things which lead to the occurrence of an event does not really come about. What then is spiritual? What do we mean by a spiritual process? We need to understand, in fact, even the Latin origin of the term spirit, spiritus, was something to do with air, ether, and beyond. Spirit is that invisible part of a human being, and it's not given to experience. So we have other faculties which go for experience, which create our experiential framework, like our body, like our mind, our emotions. And beyond this is the subconscious component of who we are. And when we integrate everything, it becomes a spiritual process. So therefore, when we say spiritual, we automatically deal with energy. And that encompasses not just the conscious and the unconscious parts of who we are, but includes the subconscious. So the moment we begin to include the subconscious, the process automatically has the required spiritual dimension. And how do we see this? You see this in the best possible manner through the most modern sciences. The best way to know about this also seems to be the way progressive sciences have brought to us to the fore today. What are those? Quantum sciences, neurosciences, behavioral genetics, biosciences, with which I am engaged more actively. And all of these sciences seem to be going back a full circle. It's amazing and outstanding to recognize that this kind of a challenge has been there in the forefront of sciences. And as sciences have progressed, they seem to have come a full circle to create this possibility of learning and knowledge of a different kind. Therefore, we bring this back to the portals of what we call as Gurukulam education. Gurukulam is Bharatiya education, the tradition of education through the portals of Bharata. What has Bharata been? Bharata has always been a learning culture. There's no getting away from that. We are learning, and this has been the main work with which our rishis have been involved. Every ideology, every thought that is present in the world today with regards to knowledge, learning, all of them have their roots in Bharata and in our scriptures. And Gurukulam is that foundation that has always upheld several curriculum and delivery techniques. This is the foundation we at Omnia Future have taken it. Now, how do these techniques of learning, from the ancient times, how have they transitioned and evolved? Let's just have a look. Is a transition possible at all? And what are we referring to? Now, if you look at transitions, a simple transition, which we may all be familiar with, is the oral tradition. You remember, it was all completely oral. And that's been one of the complaints of many people, saying that, there was no written script and nothing was handed down the ages. On the contrary, the oral tradition, at some point of time in the evolution of mankind, transitioned into scriptures. We are aware of that. Veda Vyasa came in and did that job. And then the Upanishadic way of learning, in the portals where children sit with the guru and learn, and that learning, repetition, at some point of time, into storytelling. You remember Vishnu Sharma, the creator of the Panchatantra? The lofty principles got encapsulated into stories. And then you also have the great Vyasa himself, who put together the Puranas, again in the story format. All of these are highly metaphysical subjects given in a simplified construct of stories. And all of these have now evolved into different forms, including the forms of art, culture, dance, painting, classical art forms, and all of these, including sculpture. Now, this transition has always been one of the hallmarks of the way the Gurukulam foundations have existed. What we seem to have missed out is the techniques of learning included many things. And first and foremost, the metaphysical forms. Learning is not merely through the blackboard and the textbooks and written kind of stuff which we have, or through the gadgetry which we have associated with that. There are metaphysical forms of learning. Puja, Aradhana, Bhajan. Now, these were very much in vogue to make different forms of learning possible for people, especially children. And then new formats got introduced along the line. We had the great Adi Shankara, who held debates, discussions, and made that a form of learning and teaching. And of course, you had the great Tirath Yatras. Each Tirath Yatra made facilitation of learning possible because people just traveled and acquired a whole lot of knowledge. Let's not forget that the first board game of the world, Vaikuntapali, was made in Bharata. So I think we have immense credits to our culture and our history. And all of these, even today when contextualized, a lot of people speak about them as tools for brain development. And I would like to emphatically state that that is an underplay. That's the smallest component probably, because fundamentally what all of these gave were life learning. Inbuilt, inherent in them was a learning about life itself. And there was, therefore, a hidden process which was working as the substratum of all of this. So what appears on the surface to what was happening below the surface as the causative part of it, I think requires a much better appreciation. So therefore, the techniques of learning had that hidden thing called an algorithm, a perfect algorithm behind that technique. And that technique was never given to being random or sporadic. All our Puranas, if you recall, will have the same devatas, expressing same or similar features. And in fact, if you want to recall very quickly, apart from the devatas, even the rishis, if you talk of Durvasa, automatically you'll get anger into your mind. Narada, the mischief maker. So these are characterizations which you can very easily recall, even through the characterizations of the Devis and the Devatas you've had, with all their weapons, Astra, Shastra, Nama, Rupa, all these components. In all our games, there are no random moves. There is a deliberate design and a movement. If we just follow this algorithm, then whatever content or technique we create is going to appeal to human learning. This is the core. And this is what we practice at Omnia Future Academy. We keep that as a core standard. The structuring and the algorithm is all that matters for us. Any content, any technique that is created with that supersedes any kind of a process. Call it physical, call it digital, call it whatever you want, analog, any kind of a thing, whether it's online or offline, the content and the technique, that which vibes with what human beings are, is the one which makes sense. This transition now is getting facilitated through delivering it digitally. And this we see as a great opportunity for all of us. And I'm going to just give you one example of what is currently in vogue within the Academy, and this use case of the Great Indian Ramayana celebration, which is currently on. The format is completely digital, 600 interactive games. And the content, if you look at it, 600 words, which have that unique energy, because this is Sanskrit. And the moment you use Sanskrit, every syllable, every vowel, every consonant will have a unique energy. 100 verses of the Moola Ramayana. And the children learn this word by word. The narration of the story of Rama, of course, this has its own charm and appeal to children as a story as well. Last but not the least, the concluding event will also encompass a bigger game event called Ramayana Bingo, and this is going to be the grand completion ceremony. So 4 major components of the Great Indian Ramayana celebration. And this is completely in the gamified digital format. What this emphasizes, this entire game, is the larger aspects, but from the perspective of that core algorithm which Ramayana gives to the world, which is flexibility and adaptability. Adaptability and flexibility are the core for the development progress of the science even behind Ramarajya. So this is the format, and this has been implemented by us as Omnia Future Academy, and it's completely online. In fact, you can get access to this. At the end of the session, probably we'll give you the links. If anybody would like to see how this is progressing, you're most welcome to join us. But here we come back to this. This was put to test, as we all know, through the lockdown. So flexibility, adaptability became core parameters at the time of lockdown, because people who were not used to the digital world had to scramble. But those who were in the digital world, be it credit cards, be it buying, selling, all transactional modes, banking, every one of those, they transitioned somewhat more easily to the digital reality. But on the other side, many educators and quite a few elderly and others who were not flexible earlier, they had to make a major rush and deviation in their lives. So they had to move into digital content, use Zoom, learn to use, including the Supreme Court of India, had to move into that reality. What we really need to understand is this particular core in this transition. We, adults, parents, educators, we are all digital immigrants. We are new to this. We are learning and trying to adapt it to it. Whereas children are the natives, they're digital natives. They're born with it. It's innate. That is why they're natives. It's innate in them. They're completely at ease with new technology. Now, how are we going to bridge this gap? What is the role? And when everything is available seemingly on the fingertips of people through technology, how are you going to adapt, refine this, and make this useful for people? Technology is immensely useful. We all know that. When we use these techniques that our children are native to, which they have and intrinsically appeals to them, learning gets facilitated. And gamification, digitalization has got that immense power, and we are reaping these benefits day in, day out. There are many finer aspects within this. The number of repetitions, for instance, a game allows to sustain the levels of interest, focus, and it can pull that element from the child. It's very natural to them. Children will repeat things n number of times. Adults will get bored, not children. This reinforces and enforces the learning concepts. If the concepts are built on powerful algorithms, then they have that profound impact on the child's mind. This is a given. But then have a look at some of the things, some of the components of this game, because this is the best format in which I could show it in this forum. For example, take a simple questions. What are the names of King Dasharatha's 4 sons? You'll get options. So you'll need to click them and choose the correct answer, right? And if you get a tick if you're correct, and if you get a wrong one, you get a cross. What's the meaning of the name Valmiki? Similarly, find the path where Lord Rama met Hanuman. You move your cursor around to get to that place. Which place did Parashurama return after meeting Lord Rama? Each possibilities, and again, making choices. And including words, names, like what is the birth star of Lord Rama? As we can make out, it is Punarvasu. The placement of these alphabets can get the full construct of the term Punarvasu. Now, these are all snapshots of a great game, which has been very, very engrossing, engaging, and a brilliant learning experience for children. Children have learned immensely. We have no problem. We are very, very happy with children. But where did we encompass? Look at this. Along with this, there were activities which were done, okay? Because you had to combine activity along with the part in which they were digitally engaged. So coming down to real life, the flesh and blood of it, this was an intense activity which was done. Okay, now interaction through what we've created as a Padlet, which is part of the technology offering. One of the week's activity was dress up like a character from Rama. And you can see that each of the children who had done certain activities of that week took to this came up. So integrating not just the virtual, but also the real, as in the physical world, was what was made possible even through the digital world. But then what exactly is the issue that we had? Were there any problems at all? Indeed, there still are. Let's understand what the problems are. It was with the parents. The parents really didn't have a clue about how to guide their children through these interactions. For instance, in those options which you had, where was so-and-so born? So if the child clicks 3 of them wrong out of a subset of 4, so the child has got 4 wrong, 3 wrong out of 4. My God, the parents are downcast. They can't really face society. They can't face their own selves. The truth is that they miss the fact that repetition is the key. It's not that old format in which you use a correct answer, because that is the textbook prescription by normal education. This is not that. So you're not following, tick the correct answer to get the highest number of correct answers so that you can aggregate and feel proud. This is the other way around. Every wrong answer translates into a learning for the child. Repetition is the key. Hence, the process of learning got stunted to that extent because of the involvement of the parents, because they continuously intervened with the child's functioning. Similarly, many of the props which are there, for instance, one of the games there is trace the path in which Rama moved across India, okay, on the map of India, the place-to-place narrations in Ramayana. Now, the family activities, if the parents had got together with children, they could have created a brilliant construct, because a lot of learning could have got facilitated. What kinds of learning? Geography, sociology, physical conditions. A whole lot of these can become activities in which the entire family participates, and therefore this mere participation will lead to a learning for that child. But the parents miss that point. The problem which we have seen is that the biggest stumbling block seems to be that unless and until we empower the adults to guide children, even the best digital component will not be giving us the desired results. So the big learning for us has been that we are today in a time-space confluence where it's not just the child or not just technology. We have to co-opt teachers and parents into a grand process. Like what? Parents and educators. Parents will have to become more of educators, and educators will have to become more of parents. This is the message which we would like to leave with the world. And with that, what are we doing? The entire Omni of Future Academy, we have an entire curriculum for children from the womb, before birth, through the course of pregnancy, early child infancy, early childhood, pre-teens, right into teens up to the age of 18, the full course of education in the Bharatiya tradition of Gurukulam, and innovated and added into the present day context. And Omni of Future has all of this. Not just this, another of the important ones, Arise India. This is a project which we have. Now, Arise India, the entire class 1 to class 5 curriculum of NCERT has been digitized, gamified by us. And this forms the backbone for almost all schools in India, thousands of schools, using the same algorithm and the same process. So unless and until we get the algorithms and the process, we will not be able to do it. And this has been done for all these ages through between class 1 and class 5 at this time. And this is ready to go live, hopefully by Shivratri. And in March, we are going to have a great launch for this as well, Arise India. What's the most important aspect in this for us? There is a transition process for parents and educators. Parents have to go beyond the mindset that these are just games. Games are a learning format. Hence, what are we doing to co-opt the parents into the process? We are now getting physical workbooks based on interactive games for the parents. Parent and teacher empowerment to help children both online, offline, and at home. And there's work in progress to convert these into regional languages as well. Now, this doesn't require elaborate infrastructure, just a simple smartphone, no problems of of connectivity, no problems of electricity, saving, battery, all of that. No big time investment, just a small smartphone. Simply because this content has been made with the algorithm based on Bharatiya knowledge traditions. And after that, you use any technique, that technique will succeed. So the core content and the algorithmic aspect of it is what we have taken care to make sure this is really in tune with the times. Ancient future meets modern sciences. So here you go. Our scriptures teach us that the purpose of human life is to learn and evolve. Human beings are primed for learning. They are born and are created to learn. And children, above all, love to learn. We just need to facilitate that. And we have to look at it holistically, therefore. And if we have to do this facilitation, we really have to go back to our roots. There is no option but to go back to the roots, because the external facets of it, even the gadgetry or the sophistication in terms of classroom structure or even the computers and all of that is the external facet. But if you go back into the Gurukulam structure, even there, the external facets, of people sitting under a banyan tree or running around in dhotis, all of these are external aspects. But go into the core, go back to the roots, but into the core. And what is that core? The focus is on the content and the algorithm. So we have to get back to the rishis and the learning traditions that were used in Bharata. Bharata has always been the Vishwaguru. As a civilization, we have created the most superior structures for the world, for all human beings to follow, and since time immemorial. Etat deshe prasutasya sakashat agrajanmanaha swam san charitran shiksheran prativyat sarvamanamaha. All people from all over the world used to congregate into this place to make this possible. It's essential for us to revive this. It would have been forgotten, but thanks to technology, I think we're getting a grand opportunity to bring this back right into the forefront of who we are as human beings. The purpose being to learn and evolve. And everything which is there in the immediate presence for us, with our sensorial functions, with tools, techniques, materials, everything being put together, but the core aspect remaining, the content and the algorithm-based content, delivery through any technique will bring us the desired results. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. It's a great honor to have been here. I leave these contacts with people who would like to link up with us as the last slide. And I take this opportunity to thank NTC, the National Teachers Congress, and the organizers for this privilege which you have given us. And I hope if I get a few minutes more at some point of time, not taking too much more time at this time, I would like to share some aspects of how does this actually physically translate, because this bit seems a little mysterious, in terms of what's this algorithm. I could give you some elements if time permits. Namaste. Thank you very much. Shivoham.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shivkumarji. Really rightly you said that learning is an occurrence. And yes, we are becoming global now. This is the 21st century. So we have to know all the technology. We have to know the technological skills. But yes, at the same time, we should not forget our Gurukulam system also. And yes, very interesting things we came to know today. Like you talked about metaphysical forms, you talked about Tirtha Yatra, debates, discussion. So everything was there in our ancient Gurukulam system. Yes, but now in this era, in this 21st century, I think we should have a perfect blend between our own tradition and this education technology. And you also explained role of parents also very well, that yes, it is very important for parents also to know exactly how to use this technology and how to have our culture also, right? Like how to inculcate the culture also in our students. So thank you so much once again. Now our next eminent speaker we have is Karan Shah, Mr. Karan Shah. Yes. Hello, Karan. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Archana. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Thank you so much.
Hello, sir. So Karan Shah, he is the founder of IIDE, that is the Indian Institute of Digital Education.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I welcome you, Karan sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So Karan sir, he is a founder of IIDE, the Indian Institute of Digital Education, and started 9 years back in the education space. Since then, his efforts have trained more than 60,000 students and large corporates online and offline. IIDE today has 4 campuses in Mumbai: Andheri, Churchgate, Thane, and Navi Mumbai. Currently, IIDE runs 3 schools, which include School of Digital Marketing, School of Code, School of Design. Karan has also trained large corporations like Mahindra and Mahindra, Volkswagen, Asian Paints, Cipla, and it also includes MAC Cosmetics, Northeast India Tourism in association with the World Bank, etc. He was a student of he was a student at NMIMS University and also studied private equity and e-commerce strategies at Harvard University. Before starting out his own in the education space, he previously worked with Edelweisses and soon after moved on to work uh, with Social Connect, one of Asia's top digital marketing agencies today. Karan is also TEDx speaker, visiting faculty in the past to over 14 colleges in Mumbai city, frequent speaker at the IIMs in India. He is a frequent front page writer for Education Times and is mentioned in various newspapers like Business Standard, Education Times, Mumbai Mirror, and Hindustan Times. So I welcome you, Mr. Karan Shah, once again to this National Teachers Congress in this 5th session, which is based on education technology. Over to you, Karan sir.
Thank you so much for this introduction. Thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, I'm extremely honored to be at this stage today, talking to more than 200. I saw on YouTube also there are so many people watching this. So I'm really honored. I think I'm a very young teacher with just a decade of experience. And I feel that the people who are on this panel or who are listening to me will surely have more than decades of experience. So first of all, thank you so much for thinking of me to come and address this audience. Thank you to the board and thank you to everyone. So everybody, let me quickly get started. I was extremely impressed with Shiv Kumar sir's address, and that actually very intrigued me. But I have something very different today that I want to address you all. And I know that COVID has happened to all of us. And I know that teaching and learning and everything has drastically changed for all of us. And which is why, to make life easier, since I represent a digital institute, I thought today, why not make life easier for you and also show you some really nice digital tools that you all can use as school teachers, as junior college teachers, as senior college teachers. I think life can be made much easier. There is so much on the internet. And I think I have identified a few things that teachers can use like this and can make life much easier. So to address today's topic for technology in education during COVID, I have a few things which can help you. I've been given a 15-20 minute slot time. I'm going to stick to my time. I'm going to make it entertaining and I'm going to make you have, in IID language, we call it edutainment. It's education plus entertainment. And that's what we actually stand for. So what I'm going to do for the next 20 minutes is edutainment. So let's quickly get started. I'm going to share my presentation with you. I have already got a very nice introduction from ma'am, so I'm not going to spend even a single more minute introducing myself. I am going to get to some hard facts, which, by the way, to everybody listening to this, IID is a school in Mumbai, and we have actually been primarily an offline school teaching digital skills offline for the online world. And when this pandemic hit, we went totally online. I mean, we had all the infrastructure to be online, but this was the time when we were forced to move absolutely online and everything we did became online. And just in the last 9-10 months, I think this is something that we've done, and we've never seen such progress offline. So just 4 points in statistics that I want to say out to you all is that in the first lockdown of 3 weeks, which was absolute lockdown, you can't get out of your house, we did free digital skills training to 27,000 people to help them get jobs in that pandemic, just digital skills. And I'll state some of my skills at the end of the presentation. And since then, we also conducted 2 months of faculty development programs to teach teachers pan-India on how to teach online. And the best part is that we taught 17,000 teachers across India on how to go online. I think I might have the biggest database in the country of teachers right now. But we taught 17,000 teachers how to teach online better. And in the last 9 months of this online education life, we've trained more than 110,000 students for free, for absolute free. We have a free session every week, and we've got more than 5,000 people joining it every week. And that's where we teach, and it's live, so we can see people reacting to us. So that's something that we've done. And to be very honest, as an edupreneur, I have never seen such numbers in my lifetime. I have been teaching for a decade, and sometimes I'm made to go and talk in a 60-seater classroom, and then the next 1 hour in another 60-seater classroom, and then the next 1 hour in another 60-seater classroom, the same topic. Today, my skill set and my voice modulation, my entire strength, I can put it for 60 minutes and I can still train 180 students. And I think that is something that digital and COVID has absolutely allowed us. You know, in Mumbai city, when rains happen, schools and colleges shut down. Today in COVID, when rains happen, students can't write, ma'am, is class, students can't write, ma'am, is college or school open or not, because they're open, because they're online. And I think there are a few changes that this is bringing to us, and I absolutely am embracing it. And we've changed our learning methodology drastically. And I'm going to put that at the last of my presentation, between my 13th and 15th minute, which is what my new learning methodology is. And I think that because of this new methodology, I believe that, so we have postgraduate programs at IIT, and we have 2-month postgraduate programs, which are 1 year long. And we have 2-month programs, which are just certification programs. But I think with the new learning methodology, which we have now applied during this entire online learning time, I think my 2-month programs are also able to achieve the output which my postgraduate programs are getting today. Just because we have implemented new learning methodologies, which I'm going to keep to the end. It should be some suspense for you to stay till the end as well. So let me quickly get going. And I just read this news, and before I go ahead, and I was just reading this online, and I found some news online which said that Indian college students are spending 6 hours a day online. I just want to quickly go to the chat section, and I like keeping my conversations very interactive. I'd like you guys to go to chat and tell me, do you agree, true or false? Do you think that Indian college students are spending 6 hours a day online? It would be awesome if you guys could go to chat and write true or false. And I am seeing a lot of people saying true, maybe more. And that same news article, in fact, went ahead and said that during COVID, digital consumption, which is laptops, TV screens, mobile phones, tablets, all put together, we went up to 12 hours a day online is what students are up to. If you think this is true or false, please type in chat. I would love 200 of you guys to move your fingers and tell me true or false. Right, I'm seeing a lot of people responding, and I can see a lot of truths coming in. And I think that the next billionaires of this world are going to be eye doctors or physiotherapists, because everybody's always like this. So, but anyway, all I want to tell you all is that because of the situation, our students have changed. Today, our students look in a particular way. And I'll tell you how our students look like today. All our students today are in their house, sleeping on their beds, with their rooms lights off, but their phones lights on. You talk to a 7th standard student, a 9th standard student, a degree college student, or you even talk to sometimes, like I have a 10-year-old nephew who likes watching his phone before he sleeps. And I think that's crazy, but this is happening. And they all today, I think all our students look a lot like the next slide I'm going to show you. And if you agree to the next slide I show you, please go to chat and type true 2 times, okay? Because I want to know if you really think this is true. And I think this is how all our students are looking like these days. So if you agree, go to chat and type true. I certainly feel that our students are looking absolutely like this these days, you know. And we as teachers need to realize that this means that India is changing, and we need to know that we cannot stop this change. We need to embrace this change. We need to walk hand in hand with this new system. Because if you're going to try to stop this change, you're going to be resistant to change, and resistance to change never survives. Survival of the fittest, we have to move with the times, and education in our country also needs to change just the way India is changing today. So that was just an introduction to get you guys to chat with me and type. So let's quickly get started. I have a 4-point agenda, which I want to clear today, another 12 minutes. And the number one thing I want to show you all is some really simple tools, which I don't know if you are currently using. But if you aren't, I think you're going to thank me at the end of the session. So I have some tools which I want to show you. I want to show you some online classroom setups. And I want to show you my learning methodology, which we have implemented right now. And I also want to show you this new software that IID has just purchased for online assessments in a COVID world. So these are 4 things that I want to talk about. Let's get to the first topic, which is just tools for online education. And let's get to the first tool. So I personally feel that making good-looking presentations is the need of the hour. How many of you teachers think like that? That if your presentation is not good-looking, you've lost your student today. Because you know, there's so much clutter on your screen, and you need to understand that the student can read way faster than you speak. So if your slides have all your content on it in the first attempt, you really need to understand that the student is seeing your slides faster than you speak them, which basically means your student gets bored. So even if you saw my slides, I would bring my slides point by point, you know. So to design really nice looking slides, I think there's a really nice tool out there. It's called Canva. How many of y'all use this tool Canva or have heard of it? If you use, type use in chat. If you heard, type heard in chat, you know, or if you still haven't used, say no, but type something in chat. So, you know, I can like understand what you guys are saying. But like and I teach digital marketing. So I always tell my students, jo dikhta hai, wo bikta hai. And similarly, I think that teachers need to understand, be it school presentations, college presentations, your presentations need to look really appealing. It's an absolutely free tool, canva.com. I have opened this out here for you guys today. I am signed in and I can make any presentation. Okay, so if I want to just make a presentation on, let's just click on presentation and see what shows up. They will have more than like 200 slides prepared for you. All you got to do is change the font, change the text in the slides. So you can see there are lots of different presentations out here and they all are looking really nice. So if I just select this orange color presentation for a second, but I really think that, you know, even if you want to make a small poster to invite your students or you want to make a good looking presentation, you can absolutely make it from here. Anuradha Kumari says it is free only for some time, but Anuradha ma'am, we are Indians, keep making free IDs and you can keep using it free and free. This is something which is in our blood. I don't recommend it, but I know that we can keep making free IDs and use Canva. So, I mean, it's as simple as here's your presentation. You have all your slides out here. Okay. And you have all your standardized slides out here. So you can just go and you can change this from online marketing to digital marketing. It's actually my favorite subject, so I always talk about it, you know. And you can just keep changing your slides and you already have the font ready. So like, if I had to give you an example, if you even see my current presentation, my entire army of like, how many of teachers I have, 50, 70 teachers, my entire army of teachers uses this slide module. So I'm going to show you my slide module. And if you can see my slides out here, okay, if you can see, I'm just going to open up some extra slides for you guys for a second. So I'm just going to click on slide, new slide, and I'm just going to keep changing this slide. And you can see that all my teachers across my college, if they want to use a slide which has 5 points in it, they all will use the same slide. If they want to use a slide which has, and all the fonts are pre-decided. If they want to put title and photo, they will all use the same slide. So this is called a master slide, and you can put this in your PowerPoint presentation. If you want to show a something versus something slide, we have a slide like this. It's pre-prepared. All the fonts, all the colors are brand colors. It looks appealing. It looks like one college is teaching you. If you want to show a statistic slides on global stats, we'll have a global stats slide. Basically, I'm saying is that you need to understand, and you can see how many different slides we have: pie charts, case study. This is how everybody will show a case study, and we will put a video inside this. So it's extremely important. And if you're not good at doing this on PowerPoint presentation, you can simply use this tool called Canva. And as you saw, I built, hold on, my laptop's a little slow. As you see, I've built this entire presentation out here. And all I got to do is go out here and then just click on download. So I hope you guys understand this. I strongly recommend in today's age and day, students can read faster than you can speak. So make presentations which look good, which are really visual, because in this online world, it's extremely important for you all to make good presentations. So you can just simply click on download and your job is done. And you already have 10, 12 template slides. You can just edit the text within them. Even if you want to change the image, I can delete this image and I can put a new image out here. So it's as simple as that. So I can just go and I can see some of my uploads and I can find my own logo and I can just drag and drop and I put my own logo out here. So I can even delete some images and put it, but at the end of the day, it's extremely standardized. So, I mean, I prefer all my teachers to teach like this, and that's what I've done. Another really cool tool that I think that we have been using for some time nowadays is a tool called, because we had to move, is a tool called Loom. How many of you people have used Loom? I'd like to know a yes or no in chat. So again, an absolutely free tool for teachers. Let me give you a quick demonstration on how it's used. And I think that it's so simple that even if you're not technology friendly, or even if you're not laptop friendly, very simple. I have opened this for you out here. So this is just something called Loom. You go to loom.com, okay? And you can look at my screen right now. You can go to loom.com and you can download Loom. Once you download Loom, it comes somewhere here in your laptop, and just look at what I can do. So if you can see this thing out here, I can instantly start recording my screen. Now you can see, this is how I teach. So a lot of our classes are taught like this, where I'm going to do a quick recording right now. So you can see that I'm teaching and I can actually navigate to my presentation. And in my presentation, I can tell my students, hey, pay attention to this slide. I can tell my students, hey, pay attention to this slide. It's an instant screen recorder. It records your screen. It records your presentation. It also records you on the bottom left if you want. And you can even change your position and you can say, hey, pay attention to this point. So it's very simple. You just press one button, you start recording, you click on stop recording. It instantly will upload this file on Drive. And that's the beauty, because most people have laptops which do not have enough space in them. So because you don't have enough space in your laptop, generally you're not able to do such a large size screen recording. The beauty about this is that the entire recording gets uploaded on Drive. And you can see the entire recording is already uploaded on my Drive. I can click on play. I can tell my students, hey, pay attention to this slide. It's an instant screen recorder. It records your screen. It records your presentation. It also records you on the bottom left if you want. And you can even change your position and you can say, hey. So if you guys could see, do you all find this interesting? Do you all think this tool is useful for you all? Please type in chat, yes, no. Because I'd love to know if my information that I'm sharing can be useful to you all. But like anything you're teaching, even if you're trying to tell your students how to do this assignment, and if you have a Word doc, you can open the Word doc on your own laptop, and while you're speaking, and look at how simple it is. You can then just very quickly copy the link. And once you copy the link, I can paste it on this chat and any of y'all can watch it. I've pasted it in the chat, any of you guys. So you can, if you have a class WhatsApp group, or if you have a parents group who you ship this to, you can just, everybody uses WhatsApp, right? So just take this link. I've put it on the chat right now, and you can put it on the WhatsApp group, and that's how simple it is. So you can record your own lecture, and this is extremely simple. I hope you guys use this tool. It's free for teachers. Sign up as a teacher and you can use it for free. So my first tool, which I showed you all, was to make good presentations. My second tool is to help you record your screen in one button, no complication. Just download this tool called loom.com. My third tool is what I use with my students a lot. It's a tool called Video Ask, and all my teachers, I forced them to use this tool called Video Ask. And Video Ask is basically, again, I share my own video with my students, but in my own video, I can ask them questions and I can ask my students to answer questions in that video. So to give you a very quick example, I have prepared a video for you all. And I can show you a very simple sample right now. Hi, thank you for attending my session at the National Teachers Congress. Do give me feedback right here on how you thought this was. So very simply, I can just create a new session like this. I'm going to create a new video for you all, and just pay attention for a second on how this looks. And if you are, if you don't know what you want to speak, you can click on this button out here. If you can see my screen called Notes, okay? If you don't know what to speak and you're someone who's not comfortable with what to speak, and you can click on Notes out here, and now you can type your notes. Hi, thank you for attending my... So you can copy paste all your notes. Attending my session at National Teachers Congress. Do give me feedback. So I have set all my notes, but my notes do not get seen when the actual video is produced. So it's something called videoask.com. Pay attention to how it works. I'll click on record. Hi, thank you for attending my session at the National Teachers Congress. Do give me feedback out here on what you think about this session. And I've clicked on stop. Hi, thank you for attending my session at the National Teachers Congress. And now I am going to add some text. Do give me feedback for session. So if you guys can see, and this is what technology is allowing us to do. So I'm saying feedback for session. You can see it's come up out here. I'm going to click on next. And then I'm going to say, give me a multiple choice question. Boring, fun, excellent. So I'm just going to click on continue. Name this video ask National Teachers Congress 1. And I'm going to click on create this video ask. The first tool was canva.com, then loom.com, and now videoask.com. I've put on all my tools out here. And I would like to share this video with all you guys. So I've clicked on share. And I'm just going to copy this URL. And I'm going to paste it out to you guys. I would like you guys to click on this URL in the chat and check this out by yourselves. I would strongly recommend you all it'll take 15 seconds. I have put a link in the chat right now. And I'm sorry for the people on YouTube. If any of my technical team in this can paste my link on the YouTube live as well, would be helpful. But I would strongly recommend you guys. Hi, thank you for attending my session at the National Teachers Congress. Do give me feedback out here on what you think about this session. So this is how it would look if someone opened it on a laptop. If somebody opened it on a phone, this is how it would look. If you can see my screen out here. Hi, thank you for attending my session at the National Teachers Congress. Do give me feedback out here on what you think about this session. And very instantly, someone can reply back with boring or fun, and then you already submitted a response. So, after a lot of our classes, just to engage with our students, we give these tools and just to find out what they thought about it, what they don't think about it. So, I hope you find this useful. We have really seen amazing engagement rates. In this online world, I think the reality is engagement. And without engagement, you're not going to be able to actually become a nice teacher. Engagement is important. Teachers are not here to teach. Teachers are here to engage. Students will learn from the engagement. So I hope you enjoyed this tool. I have one more tool. Are you liking these tools, guys? Should I show you one last tool? I have one last tool to show you all. I would like to know from my audience what they actually think. Yes, 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 no, yes. Okay, awesome. So I'm seeing a lot of yeses. I'm going to go ahead and share more tools. So I've put on, I hope you guys clicked on this link and you'll probably checked out this video ask. But I can see a lot of you guys have actually interacted with my, 28 of y'all went to this video and interacted with my video. So, I hope you guys actually gave me good feedback on it. And I have one more tool, which I think is extremely important these days, is the requirement of certificates. I think that today we're having so many online sessions, free webinars, free masterclasses, And I have realized that students come to these classes for certificates. And I think that as teachers, if that's what really appeals to them, let's make it available for them. If that's why they will get convinced, and I don't want that to be the reason for them to come to class. I would always like them to be seeking knowledge and coming to class. But you know how the generations are. And sometimes, like, I've conducted training for 17,000 teachers, and sometimes teachers request me, hey, where's my certificate? So I'm assuming students to be way more like that. Do you agree that students come to class sometimes just to get certificates? What do you guys think? Yes or no? And sometimes even teachers behave like that. I've done so many online teacher trainings and they also behave like that. So, but the thing is out here that, generating these certificates is extremely difficult. It's boring, it's useless, and we know it's just a piece of paper. And which is why I think that you as teachers shouldn't be wasting a single second of your time generating certificates. I'm sure you all know how to use Google Forms, and which is why I would recommend you all to use Google Forms and help yourself generate free certificates. So there's a tool on the internet called Certify-M. Okay, I'm going to show you how it's done. So this is a Google form which I've created for you all today. Sorry, since I have only 15 minutes time, I've already prepared. I cannot give you all live demos of everything. But there's a tool as a Google add-on. So once you open a Google form, which is docs.google.com, once you open a full Google form, I'm sure you all know how to open a Google form. You can click on this settings tab, not the settings tab, sorry. You can click on these three buttons out here, and then you click on this thing called add-ons. Okay. And when you click on this add-ons out here, just give me a moment. I think my screen froze. And when you click on these add-ons, you can search for this app called Certify-M. Okay, and it's a free integrator. And in my case, it's already installed. But in your cases, you can install this software called Certify. How many of y'all use Certify-M or have heard of Certify-M? Please tell me in chat. So you can totally download Certify-M. And once you download Certify-M, you can go back to your form. And you can, since I'm a paid Google user, I can generate up to 1,500 certificates for free per day. If you're a free Google user, you can generate 100 free certificates per day. And it's very simple. I would like you guys to get a free certificate right away. So you build this entire form, and then you click on this button called add-ons, and you will see the new tool that you downloaded called Certify-M. When you press Certify-M, where did it go? Hey, where did it go? So I'm just going to refresh out here. Hold on. And when you download Certify-M, and once you open this form, you create a very small form for your teachers, for your students actually, where they full name, and you can see that I've written spell it correctly for certificate, because most students spell it incorrectly. So I would just very quickly, just give me a moment. I have to refresh this page. Sorry, since I have too many tabs open up, it's probably taking some more minutes. Where to download Certify-M is from your Google Mohammad Yunus. So show Certify-M controls, and I have my Certify-M right here. This is my tool, which is loading up right now. And you make a very simple form. You ask them for the email address, so you can email them the certificate and a full name and their designation and their college. In your case, you can ask student name, class ID, and something like that. And my certification is on. And you can see I can send 1,500 emails per day. And I'm just going to share this link on chat. And you guys can get a free certificate right now in front of me. So I'm just going to click on send. And I would like you to experience this live in front of me. So I'm just going to shorten this URL, copy. And I have pasted this URL on chat. I would like you to very quickly go out here, and I promise you in the next 3 minutes, you will have a free certificate coming to your email ID. So, and the email ID will look exact, and the email will look something like, let me see. It will look something like this. something, and it's fully automated. It will say, congrats, Karan Shah, you passed. I've put the link on chat. I would like you to click on that link and actually take this certificate up and just experience this, because this is exactly how it says. This certificate declares that Karan Shah has completed National Teachers Congress, blah, something like that. And it's simply easily made. So I would like you guys to try it out right now. I'll put the link in chat, and I would like you guys to go and use this certificate and use this for yourself in the future, because, we as teachers anyway have a lot of administrative and monotonous jobs sometimes, especially when you're doing assessments and stuff like that. But something like certificates shouldn't be something that takes up our time. Just automate it. Like in this 2020, we need to think of automation, and we need to think of how we can simplify our job and make our life much easier. So I hope you guys are with me, and I hope you guys are enjoying this session. I have 5 more minutes of talking, which I want to do. And I want to show you a quick video. I hope you guys have gone ahead and I hope you guys clicked on the link which I just sent on chat, and it's a form, and you can fill that form and you will experience getting a free certificate into your email ID. So you can even try doing that if you like to. So I see a few of y'all have done it. And Priya Patel, if you've actually got a certificate in your inbox, tell us in chat. So Kavita ma'am is saying that she filled the form and she actually received the certificate, So very simple. Y'all can, I have an online video which I have put up on YouTube saying how to use Certify M. So just Google my name, Karan Shah Certify M on YouTube, and you'll find a free tutorial which I've made for teachers on how to use this tool absolutely step by step. You can Google my name and you can write Certify M and you will find me out there on YouTube. Or you can contact me later. I'll leave some contact details. But these are a few things that I think are really important. I'm moving on to my next slide, which is your online classroom. And I believe that all of y'all today have an online classroom. And I just finished my tools section and I want to move to my online classroom. Just wanted to ask you, what tool do you as teachers use for your online classrooms? What kind of tools are y'all using? Not like a PowerPoint presentation, like where is your classroom hosted? So Ashish sir says MS Teams, Moninder ma'am says Google Meet, Microsoft Teams. So there's Google Classroom, MS Teams, Moodle, LearnDash, Canvas, Schoology, Blackboard. Just wanted to know. So a lot of you are using Google Classroom, and I think that Google Classroom is not as good. In my personal opinion, I do not prefer Google Classroom so much. I have probably researched more than 25 such online training tools. I would say the top two are MS Teams and Canvas. And I would say that Google Classroom would be my rank 9, rank 10. So there's an absolutely fully free tool called Canvas, which I'm showing you out here. It was mainly used when I got introduced to this tool when I was studying at Harvard University. And all my teachers over there were using Canvas to, maintain the online classroom. So I'd highly recommend you guys. It's absolutely free. It's as free as everything else, and you don't need anything. Just sign up with your own email ID, and you can totally use this. It's pretty cool because you can host all your classes. So if you're teaching multiple batches, multiple different divisions, you can host them all online. And you can also group out here. And students can also download this app. They can download Canvas and they can interact with you on their mobile app. So everything is available to them on their phones. So you can see, like, I can even group my students for projects. So and it's all automatic. So you can see 3 students out here, Harshil, Shrideep, and Rion, for a project called Body Craft Salon. So you can group them easily, and it's damn simple. So it's not a manual job. You can also upload all your content online. So you can see all these images that I've uploaded out here. You can upload all your presentation, all your videos, all your notes, all your PDFs, everything you can upload it online, and students can just access it from their mobile app. You can also absolutely create assignments with deadlines. So you can see out here, I'm not sure if you can see, but you can see that every assignment out here has a deadline. So it's due on 20th April. So if the student even submits it on 21st of April, the system will record it and will give them a -10 or a -20. And you can see all my assignments have a deadline of 20th April, 23:59, 4th August 2019, 23:59. So this is basically to ensure discipline. Students come at you last minute saying, sir, can I have an extension? We're a no bullshit institute. you have a 23:59 deadline, you better be out there in time. If you're not, sorry, get penalized. As simple as that it should be. So, so you can even put all your assignments on a deadline. It's absolutely free, this tool. I would strongly urge you to, check it out. And the beauty is all student assignments gets uploaded online. So you can see this is one of my students' presentation out here. He's put some points, and I can actually go and I can give him an assessment out here out of 100. I can give him comments out here and he can read it. So it's not like downloading each and every student's presentation. You can see their presentation live, and on the right-hand side, you can give the comment and you can give assessment instantly. So I hope this makes your life easier, because I think a lot of teachers struggle out here where they want to see the students' presentation and give them, marks at the same time. I think this is a very big problem that teachers face. And this tool really solves that problem. So I really appreciate it. And also you can ensure that you put up MCQs on it, and you can also make all your MCQs time bound. So you can say that this test is only for 2 minutes, and in 2 minutes, this test will close. So it's all free, it's available, and this is what we need today for our assessments. Moving on, there is something which I think we used amazingly during COVID, where we realized that due to online classrooms, individual student-teacher interaction became zero. There are so many shy students who cannot talk in a classroom. Do you teachers feel like that? That there are shy students who cannot talk and who would be able to speak to you if you all had one-on-one private time? How many of you teachers feel like that? Because I recognize this, in a classroom, there are always 3 or 4 students who come to the teacher at the end of the class and will talk to them and will share their personal doubts. And those are the students who really want to talk to you privately. But in the online classroom, the minute you click on end classroom, everyone's gone and no one can talk to you privately. And I thought that this is a very big problem to solve, and which is why we installed this tool. And it's a tool called Calendly. It's paid. It's for $5 a month. So it's roughly for 350 rupees a month. And we've installed this tool for all my teachers. Okay. It's just for 350 rupees per month, where any of my students can log on to this link which I provide to them, and they can click on their teachers. So you can see all my teachers' names are here, and what do they specialize in, what topics they specialize in is also mentioned out here. So any of my students from across the country can come to this page of mine, click on my teacher's name. After they click on my teacher's name, you can see Aditya Shastri, 15 minutes. They can click a date. They can choose a date out here. And then they can choose a 15-minute time slot. And very instantly, my teacher's calendar gets blocked. My teacher knows which student he is meeting, and there's a Google link out there. So you click on it and a Google video call opens up instantly. And this is extremely nice because, students need their private time, and you should download this tool called Calendly. I'm going to put it on chat right now for you guys. And it's for $5 a month. And I think that it really imbibes some level of trust in my students in this online world. So I think it was very important, and I think it was extremely appreciated by parents and teachers, and which is why I am recommending this to you all. Every student can book a 15-minute time slot and can talk to you, and that can extend up to 30 minutes if you like to. Another thing which I would like to discuss very quickly, I have very few minutes, I understand, is my learning methodology. And I think that I would like everyone's attention out here. So I'm going to do something to catch your attention. Okay, that's what I do in my online classrooms to catch attention. But I think that because of the online section and the entire online situation, I think that learning had to change and we were forced to do it. And I think that I have seen, as I said, my certification students who do courses at my place for 2 months, 3 months, I feel that I give them the same output as what my postgraduate students used to study at IIT for one entire year. And this is simply because it's a flipped classroom that we are now moving towards, which is all content dissemination. Standardized content dissemination happens only via videos. So all our standardized content dissemination, all of us as teachers, and how many of you teachers feel like, shit, I'm saying the same thing year on year, the same way. How many of you feel like that? Please go to chat and tell me. You'll have different experiences from students, but you say the same thing. The same thing. How many of you all feel like that? I would like to know in chat. Because this has to change. Our job needs to change. We are not content disseminators. We are people who question the intellect of our students and show direction to them. And it's up to them to find their path. But disseminating content is no more a teacher's job, because you're repeating the same thing again and again, which is why I think that today all your content needs to be converted into video content. We hired a really large team over the last 1 year, and we've converted all our standardized content. So what we did is we dissected our curriculum and we said, hey, this is 3 hours of content. I say the same thing every time. I say the same thing for the last 5 years. So we said, hey, why should we do this again and again? It's such a waste of manpower. And now you can see my screen. We've converted all of that into such high quality animated video content. So we have loads of video courses. More than 43,000 of my students this year were actually from the United States of America because they like learning like this. And we realized that, hey, let's disseminate all standardized content via videos. And you can do this by making Loom videos of yourselves. I just showed you how to use that tool. It doesn't need to be this high quality like mine, but you can make simple screen share, standardized videos of yourself where you're disseminating all your information. And then you can upload it on a video portal where you can actually analyze your students' progress. So you can see, I can see out here that my student has watched only 20% of my videos. So I know my student is not doing so well. And I can see which courses he's finished and how much he's finished, because on video, because it's digital, you can track everything. Each of our video modules has loads of MCQs. So literally after every 3 minutes or 6 minutes of watching a video, we'll do a 3-question MCQ just to see if the student is still into the system, and this is obvious. This is what everyone's doing. But I think that when we top this up with live classes, we saw phenomenal exponential student learnings. So we told them, hey, go learn and go watch this full video before you come. Watch these 3 hours of content before you come. When they came to class, we didn't teach them. We asked them, how would you like to apply this to yourself? Oh, your dad runs a business like this. How would you like to apply it like this? In your school day life, how would you like to do this? And then the student would talk to the teacher. And it's the first time all my teachers came up to me and said, Karan, we didn't repeat what we taught. Everything we spoke over the last 6 months has been a unique conversation, because we don't disseminate information. We actually consult and counsel our students in the live classes for their own individual needs. We as teachers were able to identify who's weak, who's strong. So I think that this entire process and this entire method will bring you 100% better outcome, which is send the videos for content dissemination with MCQs in the start. Track all your student reports, and you can automate all your reports, and then hold live classes only and only for Q&As and discussions. And with this, I think you're going to reach a much better learning outcome. And I don't know how much time I've taken up, maybe a lot, but I'm going to take the last 1 minute out here, and I'm going to show you all this new tool that we just purchased called Proctor Track. And I want to show you how we're doing online assessments in our COVID world. So this is how we're doing our online assessments, and I would like you to watch this video. It's a 6-minute video. I'm only going to play 1 minute of it. Pay attention. This is a new tool which we've just launched, and not launched, we've purchased, and it's called Proctor Track.
Hi.
I'm going to take it to the part which is interesting to you guys, and I'm going to show you how we're able to today in this, because we've got students internationally, and we've no way to proctor them during assessments. And we've bought this tool, and we're seeing great progress and really low human. Why should a teacher stand in a classroom waiting for their students to do the exams? That's not a teacher's job. And I'm loving how digital is replacing and making teachers finally useful. We're doing our job, the job to help students to move from one direction to another. And all the remaining monotonous jobs can be done by these tools. So check this tool out, my friends. And let me know how much this interests you by typing something in chat. Tell me how you find it. If you find it interesting, type interesting in chat. Oops, sorry.
Hi, you are watching a confidential screenshot evidence and timestamp video playback. log in with your instructor credentials and select the desired course. Click on the ProctorTrack dashboard link on the left menu. Click on the View Sessions button for the test to be reviewed. Now instructors can identify and manage the exceptions and violations quickly, easily, and effectively. The student list page for the test displays all the sessions with their integrity status and number of violations. Faculty can review the sessions that are processed with the proctoring results visible on this page. Click on the arrow on the right of the session for a quick preview of the detected violations, or you may click on the learner's name to get a detailed view of the session. This is the session page, which shows all the violations. On top, you have all the information for the test attempted and session details. The Video Monitoring tab shows the video-based violations, with each violation shown as a bubble on the timeline below the video. Click on the bubble for any type of violation to review the incident detected. Violations such as facial suspicion or looking away, left session, imposter, multiple people, phone call, and data copy attempt are detected and can be reviewed. The tab for online violations shows the desktop-based violations. You may scroll through all the detected screenshots and can even zoom in on the incidents. The instructor can also scroll down to review all the recorded data for desktop screenshots. You may also add notes to the session if required. The third tab for identity verification scans shows the identity scans in comparison to the learner's initial onboarding profile. The onboarding tab shows the onboarding profile data of the learner. As an instructor, you have the option to change the status of a session and, after reviewing, pass a session that was failed by ProctorTrack. The session will have a prof icon on the student list page to indicate the same.
So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that our world needs to, sorry, you guys can't see me, but what do you guys think about this? Do you think this was cool? Was this interesting? Because this should really change. Cost of ProctorTrack, Tejal ma'am, is basis exams and how much your quantity is. So the higher the quantity is, but it's as low as 50 rupees per exam. So, I mean, I think that it's important to value a teacher's time way more. So that's a little bit that I wanted to show you guys. I'm just going to quickly conclude and tell you a little bit about myself. And if you've experienced this tool, I'm glad. And if you haven't, go ahead and, inquire for it. So thank you so much. I represent IID. We're India's #1 institute for digital skills. We were recently awarded by the Indian Education Congress in their 17th Education Awards to be India's #1 digital learning institute across the entire country. And that's my 10 years of WorkX put together over here. And we do loads and loads and loads of free workshops for students. So we tie up with colleges. We've done MSU Baroda, Banastali University, Christ University, HSNC in Mumbai, PES University. We've done loads of universities and colleges across the country. A lot of colleges in Pune. We tie up with them. We do lots of free workshops and webinars for students. So if you're a teacher and you would like to invite me and my team to come to your college and actually give free sessions on topics, we do them weekly. We can't do them every day, but we do them weekly. We'd be more than happy to do that. And you guys can contact me. I am on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn with the handle Karan Shah 0123. So if you use Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, I am extremely active with my handle Karan Shah 0123. You can also call me. I recommend WhatsApp me, not call me. But that's my phone number, 9819365909. You can write to me if you think that's better. karan@iide.co, not com, .co. And this is also my website. And just to remember, if it's easy, take a screenshot of this or take your camera out and just take a photo of the slide, and that should solve your job. So take a screenshot or take a photo with your camera, and then you're going to remember this and you might be able to contact me. So just wanted to quickly know I'm at the end of my session. If you had fun and if something new happened, please go to chat and type these 2 words, yes, yes. Just want to see if you actually had fun. If you had fun, yes, yes is what I would like to actually hear. Awesome. And if you're awesome teachers, invite me to your schools or colleges, and I would love to talk with your students, give some knowledge of mine for free, show some digital responsibility to them, and educate them, and in our language, edutain them. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everybody. And I would like to now, hand over this to Dr. Archana. Thank you so much. I hope this was a nice session.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Karan. The session was very interactive and very engaging. You told us many different tools, like we were not aware of those tools. And I'm sure all the teachers who are present over here, so it will be definitely beneficial for them. And they will use these tools in their regular teaching learning process. So thank you so much, Karan. Let me tell you, today's session, it's a perfect blend of ancient Indian culture and modern technology. Yes, what a fantastic session we had today with Shiv Kumar ji and with Karan Shah. Now we can have maybe one or two questions, because we do not have that much time to ask many questions. But yes, we would like to ask few questions to both of you. First question, Karan, I would like to ask you is, you showed us many tools, but are there any tools that are available for specially abled children?
Wow. Ma'am, I am not sure about this question.
Okay.
I do not have an answer.
Right.
The day I find out, I'm going to pass something on to you, and you can pass it to this audience.
Yeah, sure.
But, ma'am,
So we
sorry.
just wanted to know, like, because even we are not aware of it. So yeah, so if you know any maybe tools that, because in the school now it's inclusive schools, and we have students who are specially able. So if we can use such tools for them, it will be beneficial for them. So yes.
I do not have the right answer to tools, but I think that this is a unexplored opportunity for educationists, and I think that very soon we will have answers to these as well.
Yes. Thank you so much, Karan. Yes. Shiv Prasad ji, one question I would like to ask you. Shiv Prasad ji, are you there?
Ashna ma'am, I think Shivakumar ji has dropped out. Let's just wait for a second, or you can share the question. If I'm able to help you, I'll just help you with the same.
Sure. So there is one question that is, how can we inculcate moral values, cultural aspects, and international understanding through technology-based education? Like in your academy, you're using a lot of games, a lot of technology. And so how can we integrate these all things together?
Sure. So there are separate courses on value education itself that kind of help us integrate globally.
Right. Okay. And then maybe, as Sir said, maybe educating parents also, and through maybe our culture with the help of the ancient famous Ramayana, Mahabharata. So maybe through this literature also, maybe we can inculcate values, maybe by using education technology.
Yes, absolutely. I think in their wisdom, the rishis try to imbibe all the learning systems into our culture itself. So the different aspects of culture that are there are basically tools that help us learn.
Right.
So in that way, be it a scripture, be it a practice, be it a festival, all of those are opportunities for us to learn.
Absolutely. And now for both of you, I would like to ask one thing, that whatever is happened now, like complete now, everything is becoming, in this globalization, everything is becoming digital. So do you agree that yes, this digitalization, this education technology, it's really going to help our country to move ahead, to become competent enough in this world? What do you feel? Yeah, maybe Karan, maybe you can give the answer, then I can go to Sir.
Ma'am, I am sorry. For me, your voice cracked. Can you repeat that question?
Yeah, so now everything has become digital. Now this is educational technology. So both has plus points and minus points, pros and cons. But do you feel that yes, whatever is happening, this education technology is going to be beneficial for the students?
Ma'am, I can guarantee you that this is going to benefit students. I can also guarantee you that we will never go back to 100% offline education. If there's anybody who's thinking like that, you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. We might move 90% offline, 10% online, next year, 80% offline, 20% online. But I am assuming that by 2025, 50% of us will be online, and the remaining 50%, you'll have to come to class offline. So, but I can guarantee that this is never going to go back to what it was.
Okay, okay. So it's going to be there with us, and being
Whatever.
teachers, I think we all should learn all these things, and we should all also become competent enough so that we can become a good facilitators of our students. So thank you so much, Karan. And now I request Dr. Suman Devdula to propose vote of thanks. Over to you, Suman, sir. Yeah. Suman, you're on mute.
Oh, another glitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if my video goes on and off now and then. I need to actually insulate it from my kids who are playing where the Wi-Fi is actually. So I just need to reach well. An exciting session. I never imagined that we were going to look at gamification of education inside what Shivkumar ji has spoken about. There are more design principles and philosophy that he's trying to merge with. A very, very challenging job, which we need to look forward in terms of putting our tradition forward. It's not an easy task. I've researched on gamification. I've tried to gamify education, but whatever he's talking about is really intense. And if it could be as easy and accessible online, nothing better. With respect to what Karan has expressed, thanks a lot for putting out those technologies, which are very, very helpful for school teachers, and particularly when we are talking about attracting attention from school children. And most of them have the other uses of phone, and if they have to be using it rightfully as we expect, captivating their attention and engaging them is very important. I thank both the speakers enough for their time and accepting to be speakers for today.
I think we lost you, Suman. Dr. Suman? Yeah. Yeah, I think he had some technical issue. So, yeah, Dr. Suman, are you there? Yeah. So this is one of the disadvantage of the technology that I can see. Yes. So anyway, on behalf of MIT World Peace University, I thank you, Karan. Yeah, I think Suman, you're back. So, yeah, would you like?
No,
we had
I
lost you,
apologize
Suman.
again. Till what point was I audible? I'm sorry for this.
Yeah, maybe you can thank Karan and this, because we could hear what you talked about Karan's session and Shivkumar sir's session. So yeah, you can go ahead with the next point.
I was just talking about the coverage of technology in education, particularly on the digital side by Karan, to be very, very helpful for the school teachers, particularly when we are talking about a device which is otherwise competing with their entertainment. So not just the phone at the bed, but it is also about a lot of games that they see. And then we're talking gamification of education itself. So unless it is that way, it cannot be possible. And if you have to merge also tradition along with this, it becomes all the more intense. And it is the true challenge if we have to take our traditions forward. So from that perspective, I want to really thank our speakers for today profoundly. In fact, I can't thank them enough to be engaging all the audience so captivatingly in a session which is otherwise only on Zoom, if I might say that, Karan. So thank you all for that. And I also want to thank all the organizers and the supporting team which have been putting us through these sessions in an exciting and wonderful ways for days together and for 2 days more. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Dr. Archana, for this opportunity.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Suman. Now, dear participants, after this we have one more session. It will be at 4:30. It's on internationalization of Indian education, and that you can join with the other link that you have. That's a common link. So you can join this session at 4:30 with that link. And tomorrow we are going to have session at 2:30. We are going to start the session at 2:30. Tomorrow we do not have paper presentation and teacher to teacher connect. Today we got very good response for teacher to teacher connect. And tomorrow we will begin our session at 2:30, and at 4:30 we will be having valedictory program. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.